Game as a as champion and being at the top of it, there's a lot of things that have to take place for a fight to come to fruition. Which, on my side, my team, their side, their team, and of course, the big promotion itself. And so, I know my team, we always do the best jobs to try to make the fights happen. And since day one, since I got into this promotion, I've only said no to one fight. And that was Sergio Moraes, which I later on took on that fight, and we saw what happened. So I say yes to everyone. I said yes to these fights as well. But I can't speak for the other two sides, the promotion itself and my opponent's side. But you know what? That was water under the bridge. The fight is now set, December 14th. I'm going to do my best to separate that young man from consciousness.
That was going to be my next question. Is it a matter of you want to finish this emphatically because of who he is and what he said, or is it just you want to win and it's the jumping switch more?
No, I mean, each and every one of my fights is I'm going to dominate. That's a given. If you guys have seen that, I think almost every fight I had a 10-8 round. If you go back and look at that, and I'm going to dominate these guys from start to finish because I am the best welterweight in the world. But this one's a little special. It's very rare for a fight like this for the stars to align. I mean, if you start breaking down this fight, you will see that this is fake. This is not just any other regular fight that they're making. The beef is real, and I think this was fake. We're both 15-1. Those one losses, if you look at that, is to the guy that I beat. His loss is the guy I beat. My loss is to a guy he beat. We're both wrestlers. I'm a small kid from Auchi, Nigeria, and now I'm on the stage where he wants to be. So this is a special fight. There's a lot of moving parts here. There's a lot of things that people need to kind of dissect and see that this fight was written.
And outside of what he said and how he's acted and said to you, have you been impressed with his actual fighting inside the octagon in the last few years, outside of the character he's portrayed?
He's the exact same guy that he was when he came into the UFC. Nothing's changed except the persona that he's putting on. That's the only thing that has changed. But now I'm the next guy up. It is my job to let him know that there's ramifications for this persona that he's putting on. You can't add to what I guess the negatives that the world is going through nowadays. You can't add to that and think that it's okay. Someone won't teach you a lesson. And December 14th, I'm going to be that guy.
And I have to ask you about the November fight for the BMF title. It's in your weight class. I'm curious, as the champion of the welterweight division, what do you think of this title that Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal kind of concocted for this November fight?
What is it called?
The BMF title.
BMF title? Oh, that's what that means? Bad month. Okay. I mean, it is what it is. I think, let's just be honest, on the promotional side, I think they dropped the ball in getting my fight done, because that's the fight that should be in MSG. They dropped the ball there in getting that fight done, so they kind of have to, create something to sell the fight. I mean, and look at those two guys, let's be honest. These two guys have over 20 losses combined. 20 losses, how you call yourself a BMF and you got 20 losses combined? The baddest motherfucker alive is the guy that no one can touch. And hey, you got 20 losses, man, sit your ass down. You're not a bad one.
Thank you. And then one for Henry Cejudo next to you. Dana's been on record saying he wants Joe B to be your next fight. I'm just curious, a health update on yourself. I feel like you've been everywhere, Abu Dhabi, Melbourne, Mexico. Mentally, how are you feeling? Physically, how are you feeling? And is Joe B next for you?
But I have been traveling quite a bit, and I do have I probably have about a month left in order for me to start training again. So I'm looking forward to fighting sometime in March, whether that's going to be with Joe. There's guys here even on the stage that we could possibly fight. And as of now, get healthy. Talk to the man Ali. I want to give a big thanks to Ali for everything he put together. And this is showing power over here to other organizations that we have a voice too. And this is such an awesome event, Ali, and thank you for putting this together, my brother. You guys can clap if you guys.
Who's doing something like this? That goes to show the powerhouse that we do have power as well. No one's doing something like this, and this is just the beginning. This is not even, we're not even there yet. This is just the walking stages.
Kamaru, I wanted to follow up with you. You mentioned Nigeria. Got to ask you about Israel Adesanya, what you thought of his performance. I mean, from the walk-in to the interviews and everything in between. What do you think about him, and how does that impact UFC Africa? How much closer are we to making that happen?
That's what we do. I mean, we have, you see the style that we bring in. I've been doing my thing for a while, and he burst onto the scene, and he just set that bar higher. Who's doing it like us? If there wasn't a reason to realize that, hey, this is where he should be. Africa is where he should be. Who's doing it like us? I mean, look at my man here, Usman. This is my Moroccan brother right here. Look how fresh he is up here too. Like, no one's doing it like us from Africa. So, man, Izzy is doing his thing. He's amazing. He's a different guy. He's not a guy who came on trying to be like me or anything. He has his own style, his own flair, and it makes me proud just watching him do his thing from each and every time he goes out there to perform.
And you mentioned Mr. Azatar there. He's got the Morocco scarf on there. Let's ask him. I heard Israel Adesanya mention that even though as much as he'd like to have it in Nigeria, he said Nigeria's probably not ready right now. Morocco is. You probably know the market better than anybody. So what do you think? Is it ready to host the UFC?
First of all, I want to thank Ali for this opportunity that he brings us all together. And thank you also to the legend Mike Tyson to make it happen in his place. Thank you for this both guys. To this point, we are working with Ali to bring UFC to Morocco. UFC have to come to Africa. We showed that we are able to take over in the UFC, and now we want to UFC come to Africa and welcome in Morocco. We're gonna make it happen. It's everything easy, everything set up there. Just come. Let's do it.
How soon? I mean, realistically, if you had to guess, next year? That soon?
Anytime. Come tomorrow. We have everything. It's very easy. Everything is easy. Only the things which we want to make hard. Just come.
Fair enough. Thank you, sir.